pasok kasi.
Nag-rest day sila?
Guys, ngayon ay pupunta kami sa training. Magte-training kami. Ano nga pagte-training natin?
Work at height.
Work at height. Pupunta kami ngayon sa training. Ligtas kami ngayon sa trabaho namin. Ayan, siguro naman kita nyo yung mga kasamahan ko. Ayan, traffic pa po kami ngayon. Dahil nasa stoplight.
Versus Taiwan A. Dalawa yung team ng Taiwan A tsaka Taiwan B. Ginado. Kailangan mo sila ng bumbu eh.
Ngayon, wala naman siya. Malakas na eh.
Yung time na yung time na chismis na may nanghawak na player ng boobs ng babae. Nabalitaan niyo yun? Sa Taiwan, nang hawak ng dede. Yung isang player. Oo. Ayun yung time na yun.
Meron ba?
Meron. Kaso hindi ka mga pang-Alaska. Ay mga Taiwanese yung Alaska yung hindi naman nila maintindihan. Hindi naman nila maintindihan yung pang-Alaska mo sa kanila eh. Tama nga siya
Oo.
Den. Tama ka nga, DISS
Ang labo naman.
Picture dito. Against, ano ka dyan, matawag dito.
Against the light.
Oo, dapat dito yan. DJIS. Facebook ba?
Guys, narito na po kami ngayon. Magte-training kami sa working at heights. Yan po yung mga kasama ko. Hindi pa dumadating ang iba. Here is my colleague, Kaligtasan.
Hi. Doon, dito sa may isis ba? Ganun ba? Ganun? Ayaw tayo doon lahat to? Pwede. Dito tayo lahat ba? Pero? Yan, pag ganun, kamera. Tayo. Habang wala ng tao. Sige, huwag na ako. Sa likod? Sa likod ba? May sulatan doon sa likod?
Oo, meron nga. Kahit wala naman silang ballpen. Sila ng ballpen. Sige, ka na ng ballpen?
Hindi.
Sa ano to? Kapag training. Nag-exam kasi kami ng EWS Philippines sa training exam. Tapos na nag-exam sa WST? Oo. Maliit mo sa suot namin doon sa ano? Nalamin.
Seryoso na nabibigay ko pinigay sa mga tickets. Oo. Eh, pag-i-exam, bibigyan mo. Learning to back sa this is out.
I don't, maybe we have to read them back, no?
This one is already ours. Future of okay.
Okay, thank you.
You have pen?
Yeah, you have accepted?
Now, this section you have to study about fault prevention and perfection system. Most of the meetings say it. But what is fault prevention? Fault prevention are some barrier which is used to prevent people falling to the lower level. But fault perfection can also become like person. You say, tell me about harness. We wear harness, we anger and foot, but still we fall. You understand? Yeah. But what happens after the fall? It just could be arrested because it's savage shortcuts. That's why there are two differences. You can see some examples over here. I have written guardrail, harness, attachment or lanyard attached to this. ladder with lifeline. Lifeline. This harness we are using as work position. You know what position? It's a rope grab. It's a descender, like rescuers use. This is called a salar rope. Salar rope. Or self-retractable lifeline. Self-retractable lifeline. You can move as like a roof you're working, you can move. They put lifeline, you can install this. You can move, but when we add a fall, it will lock. Yes, sir.
Para yan sa speed governor.
Now, you are working at a height more than 3 meters. And if we do have a fall, we need a minimum 2 protection. One is prevention, one is person. What is prevention? God. What is protection? Person. Yes. How many meters? 3 meters. 10 feet. See this video.
Mobile scaffold shall only be used and moved on surfaces sufficiently firm and level to ensure stability. Use ladder or steps provided in the scaffold to climb up or down. Do not step on cross bracings. Do not overload the mobile scaffold. Move the mobile scaffold only by manually pushing or pulling at the base. Remember to lock the wheels when towers are in use. No person or material is permitted to remain on a mobile scaffold while it is being moved. Do not extend from the working platform as it may tilt the scaffold.
You tell me about your mobile scaffold, some of the parts. You are using mobile, right? It's aluminium, right?
Aluminum.
It's having 2 types of frames. One is 2 meter frame and 1 meter frame. Yes? Second, you have adjustable legs.
Adjustable lock.
You know that the legs are used for leveling only, not increasing. Into that leg, after the leg, you can see caster wheel. What is that?
Caster.
How many wheels we have? 4.
4.
Right? The 4 caster wheels should be locked. Then push and check. Then only start the job. Yes?
Yes.
Then we have 2 platform boards. What is that? 2 platform boards. One is called the trap door. What do you call it? That door, you know, trap door only you can open. That door. Have you seen that? Yes. One is called a hinge door. Yes? You have 2 bracings. Understand? One is called a diagonal. One is called a horizontal bracing. This horizontal bracing only we are using as guardrail. What is that? Diagonal is like this. I said that. You are tilting. Yes?
Yes.
Then we have last one is toe board. Actually,
board.
this is what. Then we have 7. We have the outrigger. Have you seen that? That's called stabilizers. What do you call it? Stabilizers. How many stabilizers? 4. Clear. These are the very most common parts in the mobile scaffold. It's not scaffold actually. Mobile tower. What is it? And most of the companies they are purchasing this type of PASMA. What is that? This is an awarded body in UK. PASMA means prefabricated access suppliers manufacturing association. Understand?
Yes.
So PASMA and UK HSC both agreed that those who are working in this platform do not need harness. What is that? For example, you wear fall arrest and you anchor in the rail, and I had a fall. With that fall, the tower also will fall. Clear? Because that tube you see, then it's weightless tube. It's aluminium. What is that? You get me? So that too, a mobile scaffold can only be used for what? Light duty work. So you must understand the maximum safe working load with that is 600 kilo. What is that? Can you climb from outside in that? Not allowed. If you climb from outside, due to the weight, it will lift up. Understand?
Yes.
The ladder is inbuilt in the frame. Understand? From the frame, inside only ladder, access to go up. You cannot move with the people and material. When you are moving from one place to another, the people and material should be down. Understand? We should maintain an electrical lines and not maintain a clear distance. Getting? These are some of the points you have to learn from this. So in mobile tower, what are the parts in the creative? You have two types of frame, 2 meter and 1 meter. You tell me in mobile tower how much height you can work? If it is an aluminium means you can only work the maximum 6 meter. How many meters?
6
But
meter.
there are mobile tower with caster wheel, but the material is different, not aluminium. If it is steel means inside the building you can work 12 meter. Understand? Outside the building only 8 meter. But the material should be what? The tube should be what? Steel, galvanized. But aluminium only allowed maximum how much?
6 meter.
That also should be understood. How many person can work in it? You know light duty means what is the capacity? Light duty is like this. Light duty, the thing is 1.5 kilonewton per meter square. So 1 kilonewton is equal to 100 kilo. So 1.5 is 150. So 4 times the load only. So 150 into 4, that is called 600. So 600 is the SWL, the total capacity allowed. That's why 2 person can go. What is it? Get me? Then you have to learn from this. So tell me the first one, fall prevention, guardrail. What is guardrail? Guardrails are known as engineering designs, or they are called technical controls that is directly applied into the hazard. Hazard is what? Unprotected side, bleeding edge. So we have a chance to fall, so we can put weight. So guardrail is not only like you see in scaffold and all these things like rain. Guardrail another means of what? Like concrete block, like roadside you see water barrier.
Yeah.
These all are a part of what? Guardrail. Like roof work if you do, they don't put guardrail, they put lifelines, you know the warning lines, not the edge. From the edge, 1.8 meter inside only they will put. They never put at the edge, wrong. No use. Clear? Now what guardrail consists of? Guardrail consists of copper-rail, mid-rail, toe. If you are working in scaffold, man basket, man lift, the height is 1 meter. But in a roadside, you see when they put barrier, it can be more than 1 meter also. So changes are there. But in a scaffold, we can tell like this. The 3 together, this is called top rail, mid rail, this is called toe hole. The 3 together only we call guardrail. So what is the height of the top rail? It's 950 millimeter. What is the between this? This is 470 millimeter. The toe board height should be 150 millimeter. That is 6 inch. Yes? I don't know if you depend what is studied, millimeter or meter. What is that? Millimeter, meter or inches? I think so. If it depends, I think so inches, right? Yes. So what is 950 millimeter is how many inches? 38 inch. How many meter? 1 meter. 470 millimeter will come around between 18 and 19 inches. 150, what is that? Millimeter. It is 6 inch toe hole. Clear? Now look here, in that scaffold, if you put your hook, handrail, if you put your anchor, that pipe is very strong. Because that pipe can only bend more than 1,200 kilo. 1,200 kilo capacity is there. But in your mobile tower, can you hook into that aluminum pipe? No. It do not have that capacity. It will bend and you will fall down. Understand? But that one is strong. That tube is what? That is galvanized tube. Very strong. You are allowed. But always try to hook it to your lifeline. That's what you have to teach me. Clear? You know, our harness hook, it's designed in 2 inch dia. this pipe was 2 inch diameter, you can anchor it. I am taking a beam. Can you hook it onto the beam? No. What we did, we attached together like that.
Yeah.
And wrong, very, very wrong. Never, never, never anchor it together. I'll show you later. Now, second one, what is it? Harness. What is that? Our safety. Did you bring any harness?
No.
This one? Is it harness?
No. Look. Is it hold on?
No, we grade up to 150.
Right, that note mo.
Okay nang maintain sa frame.
Midrail to mo.
Hindi yan, hindi ah.
Ha?
17 meter lang yan.
17 yan, 17 mm. 17 mm.
Alin?
70 mm?
17.
17, alin mo na.
70. 70. Yung sa taas, 95.
Hindi, 950 mula dito. Mula sa
170 yata.
baba ang ano. Tapos yung midray.
Midrail?
Midray.
Sir, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
What is the measurement of the mid-rail from the tree? What is the measurement?
470 millimeters.
470.
470. Isa to
150 and
150.
My friend, this is called a harness. What do you call it? This harness you can use in three category way you can use. One is called work restraint. What do you call it? Like in car, you put the seat belt. What is that called? Work restraint. When you go and hit to the glass hazard, it will lock you, right? I told you before, self-retractable lifeline. What is that? That is work restraint. When you are going to fall, it will lock, so you will never fall. It will pull you back. That's called work restraint. Second is what? Work position. Look that guy. In Qatar, all the Vodafone tower, Oridon tower, electrical tower, people working. Are they putting scaffold and working? No, that will be difficult because their job is only 15 minutes or 30 minutes to remove an antenna and set one new antenna, right? Their only protection is this. But they have to put in harness two positions. What are they? The last two, work positioning and fall arrest. What does work positioning means? It's nothing, putting them in a position so that their body will not move, so that two hands are free to work. But still they need a fall arrest. This lanyard they need to hook above shoulder. But what you guys will be using, you guys are using the last one, fall arrest system. This is fall arrest system. What is that? When this lanyard is attached behind, now the name is changed. You cannot call it harness. You have to call fall arrest. Why fall arrest? Because it is having shock absorber. It's an energy absorbent lanyard. So my friends, our harness we can use in three ways. What are three ways?
Work positioning and
Fall arrest
Which
system.
one only you are using?
fall arrest system.
Why? Because we already have a platform. In that platform already we have handling. This is only for your person. But you are working in a tower, you need it too. What are they? Harness need the last one. What are they? Work positioning and
Work
why work positioning? We position our lanyard in the structure so that two hands are free. But still you have to give us a backup, you have to use it. Work positioning. You see, that is a self-retractable lifeline. It is called a container. That the green one is called a container bolt. What do you call? Anchor bolt. What do you call? They are working at the edge. That means edge means that is called hazard. If they do have a fall, it will lock. They will not go forward. You get me? That is called using the harness to limit your movement towards the hazard. So when you are coming to the hazard or fall, it will not. You will never fall. That's called work constraint. But me. Now I will tell you in this also work constraint. What is it? This one. If I bypass this and attach behind, then we cannot call fall arrest. What do you have to call? Work constraint. What do you have to call?
Work constraint.
This is called positioning. Understand?
Yes.
You have to buy one additional lanyard. Like our people, they buy this lanyard. This is called positioning lanyard. To the structure they hold it. So they can stand very firmly. Body will not move. They can work. But still as a backup, they have to use fall arrest. Above shoulder. They have to angle. Understand? That's called work positioning. Holding you in a position so that there is no chance of fall. Understand? Clear?
Clear.
One. Next is what? What does personal fall arrest system is? It is actually a system that is used to arrest an employee in a fall. In this, we will fall down, but what is the benefit? When the shock absorber activates, the speed can be arrested. So your body is protected, where your chest, shoulder, everything. So this harness is attached with lanyard. It consists of what? What all it consists of? It could be there is a connector, there is a body belt, there is a harness, lifeline, declaration device, everything. Yes? You know the word is body belt. 1998 itself, most countries they prohibited that. Because body belt was only having in the hips. But this is now full body harness, supporting your chest, your shoulder, your waist, your thigh, till your pelvis. It is supported. So that's why it's good. So when you fall like you stand like vertical. But body belt before what? You know the prawn fish, how it stand like that people just only one lanyard. But now we have double lanyard. What do you have? Here. Now let me come to your subject. This is the subject. Our personal fall arrest system consists of 4 areas. What are they? 4 parts.
Attachment.
Attachment. That is called the lanyard. Second,
Connectors.
connector. Third,
Harness.
fourth,
Anchor.
and what is that? Okay. In every harness backside you have to look. There is a word written here. A. What is A means? Attachment. So what do you do? This connector, lanyard will attach.
Yes.
Clear? That's
Yeah.
called attachment. Second, this is called connector. What do you call? This is
Connectors.
called connector. Carabiner. What do you call? Carabiner.
Carabiner.
Third, what is that? This is called only harness. Now that is the hook. Where are you hooking it? That is called the anchor. So our personal fall arrest system consists of 4 main components. What are they? Attachment, connector, harness. Where are you hooking it? That should be anchor.
Anchor.
Do you know what is the braking strength of this? How much capacity? This is 23 kilonewton. How much?
23 kilo.
Means how much? Kilonewton. 2,300 kilo. Understand? After that particular weight affected only, there is a chance that the harness can break. So you tell me, this is good or not?
It's good.
Eh? We are 100. Our speed is 10 times we are following. 1,000. Still how much balance again? 1,300 again balance. Yes?
Yes.
So please, for you, this is the best. As an individual, if you are thinking this is the best. Clear or not? Okay, what is lanyard? What is lanyard? This is called lanyard. Yes? What lanyard is this? This is called a double hooking lanyard. What is what? Double hooking. Understand? Okay, this is called twin legs. Understand? 2 lanyard, 1 shock absorber. That is good. And it is a self-locker device. This is called a snap hook. What do you call?
Snap hook.
Look here, this is called gate. This is called nose. This is the correct hook body. This is the spine of this hook. There is a lock here. This is the release. If you press on top, it will never open. Where you have to press down. Look. Understand?
Yes.
Once locked, it's locked. If you want to unlock it, you have to press. But all the time it was not like that. After hooking also it will open. But now never. It's self-lock. You get me? But if you have only one lanyard, wrong. You should have two lanyards. Yes? One more thing. In this lanyard, 2 times you had a fall. 2 times it affected the load means you cannot use it. One point. Second, one time you fall down and this was broken. After that you cannot stitch it back. Kalas, finish. Company have to buy a new one. You see, this is stitched like this. Maybe I came like a 25 km/h. After that this is broken. To break this, it takes around 6 kN, 600 kilo shock load forcing it. You break like this. Right? Yes? You get me? You understand? It will break like this. You break it and take that reading. So I also get that. Just press it, break it. That's where I was. Now put this. These type of things you need to insurance. You know this lanyard should be away from cuts, abrasion. 1 millimeter above cut, you cannot use it. Any burn mark, discoloration, you cannot use it. If there is any that labeling, you can't read it. It shows that the adders, this one is very old arms. Yes, 2 times shock load, you cannot use it. Once broken, you cannot use it. Stitch it back in. Understand? So its capacity is 5,000 pounds. That means 23 kilonewtons. Okay? Right? Look the free fall distance. What is that? You tell me what is the lanyard length? How much? Huh? How many meter?
2 meter.
Now this is broken. How many meter?
1.7.
What is the height of the person taken? 1.8. From ground level up, what is the clearance distance? Now tell me total how much?
4.7. 5.7.
6.5. 6.5. So this is called what I told you. This is called the maximum free fall distance. But minimum how much I do? 4 meter. You tell me 2 meter, 3 meter, 4 meter, 5 meter up to 6 meter. Will the shock absorber break? It will never break. It will break after how many meter? 6. This is called the connector. What do you call it?
Connector.
Connector. When you fall, when the connector is like this, it is 23 kilonewton. But when I was a fall, maybe the connector was like this connector will break. So here, inside is very slim. It will break within 500, 600 kilo. You get it? Connectors are 2 types, steel and aluminum. This is steel. Steel is too much durable. But still we can use aluminum also. So many companies are using aluminum connectors also. Connectors are 2 types. This is old model, thread type. Understand? New model, twisted type, automatic. When you twist it, leave it lock. Understand? But this is little more good because even though if it's moving, it will not open. But twist again, chance to open. Yes? Clear?
Yeah.
This is called body harness. What is that? Body harness. Body harness supporting where on? Where on? Chest, shoulder, waist. What we check in that body harness? Labeling. What is that?
Labeling.
Let me come to that point also. When you are checking the harness standard, I told you before, equipment standard we studied. You check in all harness different standard, lanyard different standard, shock absorber different standard. They are all called like this. CE, EN, 354 is there, 355 is there,
361 or 362. These numbers will be there. This is very important. That should be visible. This is called standard for what? For harness. Understand? Harness, body harness standard different number. Lanyard different number. Shock absorber different number. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Here, snap hook different like that. Different numbers. You can see when you get your harness, you can see that. Now let me come to the point. Now this harness is what? How many points? This is single point. What is that?
Single.
Only one D-ring at the back. Second, we have 2 points. One back, one front. For example, you are climbing and land with lifeline. You can connect it. Third, you have 4 points. What is that? One there, back. One in front, 2 by the side. The last one is used to buy rope axes. People, I've seen that people working ropes, climbing ropes. They are using is the 5 point, and that is very costly. This is 5 point. This is very costly. Understand? This is not much costly. This is 5 point. This is companies like High Tech, Skylon Tech, Kaya. These are the very good. Understand? This is again 5 point. What is that? One on the chest, one on the hip level, 1, 2 on the side, one at the behind. In this harness, the lanyard is in front only. What is that? But this harness, lanyard at back. In this harness, a person fall like this. In this harness, a person fall like this, which is very good. Why? That means he will never go to unconscious. He is getting breathed. Even though he comes swing back to hit the structure, he can stop it. He can do exercise. So that blood flow will not affect him. He can catch the lanyard and he can pull up to get it looser. You get me? He can do this. This guy will never go to unconscious with that harness. But this harness, your hands are dummy. You can't do anything. After the fall, you will swing and hit to the structure. 100% sure. See, I want to tell you, after the fall, you will come up with an injury. Maybe head, maybe hand, or maybe leg if touched. But you never die. That you have to select. Do you want to die or you want to break the bone? Which one you want? Right? What will happen? If you wear the harness anger, 100% sure you will come up with an injury. But no problem. That you will recollect and come back. But without harness is formed. So that should be also be very clear when you study this. Okay? Now the last one is what? Where are you hooking it? That is called what? Anchor. What does anchor means? Anchor roach. It is a secure point of attachment for your lifelines, lanyards, and declaration device. Let me draw you that. You have 2 types of lifelines. Do you know that? What are they? We have lifelines. Understand? 2 types. One is called permanent. One is called temporary. Permanent we are using is wire cable, steel cable. Yes, but temporary we are using ropes. Yes, but they are called what? One horizontal lifeline or horizontal anchor line, and one is called vertical anchor line. You saw that monkey ladder. What is that called? That is vertical anchor line. Only one person can anchor it. Only one person. But horizontal lifeline, 2 persons. This is horizontal. 2 persons can anchor it. That's a difference. But these things should be done by third party. You cannot do that. Third party install it, certify it. They have to provide you the proof load test. Then only you can handle it. You see the anchor types. How many types? 3 types. Structural, tested, certified. What is structural? Example, a beam is going. You put anchor sling and you hook it. That is structural. In a scaffold pipe you put it. That is structural. But other 2 are what? That should be done by third party. What is that? Other 2 are tested. For example, there is no area to put anchor, only the concrete blocks. You drill it, you put eye bolt and make anchor. That is called tested angle. But near to that, there you should put a tag of inspection. Annual pro-flow test needed every day. But the third one is what? Certified angle. You see Doha, the first one, suspended scaffold. They put angle in 2 ropes in bucket working, right? That the manufacturer, when you buy it, so the manufacturer is giving the angle, belt, angle, fold, everything. So we are doing from the roof angle. That is certified, but that should be every 6 months. Understand? Did you get me what I am doing? You tell me the scaffold you are working, you put it on that rail angle. What angle is that? Structure. What is that? If a beam going, you put angle string and you do it. What is that called? Structure. But other two are what? Tested and certified means what? Clear?
Clear.
Yes. Example, I told you now lifeline. You put vertical lifeline, whether temporary or permanent or temporary, that should be certification, which should be given by third party. Otherwise, you cannot use it. Yes? That's it. What are the checks you make? I told you very clearly. In this harness, what are the 3 types of checks? One, you do reuse check. What is that? Before you use it, you will check it. What are they? Second, every 1 month, safety department will check and put color code. Every 6 months, you will send it to the third party. Understand?
Yes, sir.
What is reuse check? Example, look, feel, function. What is that?
Look, feel, function.
What does look means? You have to look for any damage. What does feel means? You have to look the hooks, connectors. Are there any bended, deformed, thrown out? What is function? You have to open the hook, leave it and check it's locking. You have to twist it. Understand?
Yes,
you have to close and open it and check it. That's called look, feel, function. What you have to do? There. What is that? What are the faults on harness? Tell me. Look. The harness is not having inspection tag. Problem. Safety department, after checking, they put a tag. The harness labeling written, you can't read. You cannot use. Cuts. If more than 1 millimeter cut, you cannot use. Abrasion. Any scratch mark, you know that. Laceration mark, you cannot. Burn. Any burn mark, you cannot. It's nylon. Any chemical contamination, what is that? For example, I am a painter, I have a harness. Paint you can see. Thinner can you see in the harness? You cannot. You cannot. Modification. Can you make any modification? No. Example, let me tell you, you are working in 2 meter, but the company given the lanyard is 2 meter lanyard. Can you adjust that? No. Can you make it small? No. Company has to give you smaller lanyard. Otherwise. Now, dirt. Storage, very important. You have to store it not in well-ventilated area. What is that? Not outside there. Some storage area, when you open, you can see rats and all. Understand? They are light, so it will be UV light. Which is that UV light? Sun. Sun is an ultraviolet light. Don't subject to that. That's why. In European Union, tell me UK and European countries like that, most of. What is the highest temperature there? Peak temperature. It's just 25. What is 25 in Qatar? Is it cold or not? What was I told you about shock load? What is it? 2 times you fall in this harness and you hang. You cannot use it. Second, the shock absorber broken. You cannot stitch it back in. Stitching, very, very important. 2 types of, you check your harness. 2 types of stitching is there. Single stitching, double stitching. Wherever the double stitching going, that particular area is very important. Understand? Very important harness stitching is double stitching. So you have to be very, because this is your first life. You have to take more care on it. Understand? See, yes.
A serious lists fall as the second most common cause of fatal accidents at work. 1 in 5 falls have fatal consequences. This is why the effective use of personal fall protection could save your life. In this program, we look at various types of fall protection systems, anchorage points and harnesses, and maintaining and inspecting equipment. There are 2 types of personal safety equipment: fall arrest systems and positioning systems. Fall arrest systems are designed to minimize the risk of injury after a fall. Positioning devices support and fix you in your working position. To understand how fall arrest works, let's look at what happens during a fall. When you fall, there's a short time before the safety equipment catches you. This is known as free fall. During free fall, the body accelerates, so the longer the fall lasts, the faster the body falls. When the fall arrest takes over, it gradually decelerates the body. During the deceleration period, all the energy which the body has built up during the fall is transferred to the arrest system. The distance it takes to become stationary is called the deceleration distance. The fall arrest system needs to be strong enough to absorb shocks and to stop the fall quickly without applying excessive force on the body. Your employer should carry out a risk assessment and decide what type of fall protection equipment must be used. You must be trained to use the equipment properly and need to learn how it should be worn and maintained. You should also learn how the fall arrest and the lanyard are used and how to attach a lifeline. Only use the equipment for the purpose intended. For example, never use fall arrest equipment to hold you in position. The choice of anchorage point for the attachment of a fall protection system is crucial. It must be strong enough to withstand several times the force of a falling person and their tools. The best anchors are I-beams, very taut lifelines, or other solid tying off points. Never use lines, cables, or other equipment which isn't designed to withstand a sudden heavy load. Also, don't use pins or other projecting parts that allow the snap hook to slide off. The best anchorage point is above your work area, so that the free fall distance is kept to a minimum. Any anchorages below the D-ring on your harness will add extra distance to any free fall, as you will have to fall past the anchorage point before the system is activated. To determine a safe height to tie off, you add the total length of your lanyard to the distance between the D-ring and your feet. Make sure that the anchorage is higher than the distance between you and the nearest obstacle beneath you. This will minimize the risk of hitting the ground or other object before the protection equipment operates. Then, make sure that the anchorage is as directly above your head as possible, so that you don't swing in the event of a fall. This kind of horizontal movement could cause you to suffer serious injury. Change anchorage points when you move position, so that it always remains above your head. The further you fall, the faster your body will travel, and therefore the greater the force when you stop. It's therefore vital to restrict or avoid situations that might cause you to free fall a distance of more than 2 meters. Lifelines can be stretched horizontally or vertically. Horizontal safety lines must be designed and installed by an approved installer. The more workers who are hooked up to one cable, the stronger the cable and anchorage needs to be. With a vertical lifeline, only one person may be hooked to the cable. Make sure that the cable reaches to the ground or the next work level down. Before you can work safely, you must secure yourself to the anchorage. Ideally, you should be permanently hooked on. This means that you hook up before standing in a position where there's a risk of falling, and that you only unhook yourself when you are returning to a safe position. Don't tie knots in the lanyard, as this weakens the line. Instead, use a shorter lanyard or reduce the free fall distance in order to minimize the force on the system. Remember that lanyards can be damaged if tied around sharp or rough edges, and that sharp surfaces can weaken the line or cut through it when force is applied. It's better to use special line fasteners for beams, rails, and other types of anchorages in order to prevent damage. Or you could place a suitable protective layer between the lanyard and the anchor. To prevent hooks opening unexpectedly, you should only use self-locking and self-closing or manually locking carbine hooks. For example, if a lanyard or other object presses against the hook, it's possible for the hook to fall out of the anchor. The D-rings on the harness belt must be large enough to allow the snap hook to move freely without jamming. Always check that the snap hook is properly closed and locked after it's been attached. Harness belts must fit snugly. If your harness is too close, it may slide off you during a fall. Inspect the harness belt before you put it on. Check for frayed fabric, misshapen D-rings, tears, rough or sharp edges on the metal parts, and check that all buckles are secure. Report any damage immediately, and don't use any equipment that might be defective. When you've checked the harness, shake it by the main D-ring so that the straps fall into place. Pull the straps over your shoulders so that the ring is in the middle of your back between the shoulder blades. Pull the leg straps up between your legs and fasten them. Do up the strap around the waist, making sure that it's tight, but not so tight that it's uncomfortable. Do up the chest strap and make sure that everything is securely fastened while still allowing full movement. Fasten your harness in the middle of your back at shoulder height or above your head to prevent yourself falling sideways or head first. Ladder safety systems are designed to leave both hands free for climbing. This type of system offers continuous protection against falls, both whilst climbing and descending. Never climb whilst you're holding something. Use ropes or pulleys to hoist up tools and other materials. Remember, if you do fall, that the protection system will protect you until help arrives. Try and remain as calm as possible and never try to release yourself. The rescue team will know what steps to take in order to get you down safely. Listen to the advice they give you and try not to move unnecessarily. This will help prevent any head, neck or back injuries becoming worse. Using defective equipment can have fatal consequences. The time taken to inspect equipment could save your life. Any equipment which has been subject to a fall must be inspected by an expert before it can be used again, and any worn or damaged equipment must be put beyond use and disposed of. Always follow your organization's safety procedure for the care and storage of personal fall protection equipment. This will probably involve storing equipment away from excessive heat, sunlight, chemical materials, and welding splatter. Never leave your equipment where people might tread on it or vehicles could run over it. Metal parts must be protected against corrosion and damage. Never use fall protection equipment to hoist materials or tools. Personal fall protection may save your life. Your employer is responsible for providing the right type of equipment for the job and giving you instructions on how it should be used and cared for. It's up to you to handle it correctly so that it's effective. Remember, working at heights is a hazardous business, so always wear fall protection equipment whenever necessary.
You see, some companies, they used to put additional corrective measures. Like, for example, you are working at height in a busy area. Like maybe you work at heights, maybe anything can fall, maybe downside vehicle movement or pedestrians movement. In that situation, they used to put the safety nets. Safety nets can be used for two purposes. One for you also, people also, as well as material also. You know, in most of the stadium projects in Qatar, they have to have MEP work out there in the roof. There is no way to put a scaffold from down till the height of 40 meters. So instead they make like catwalks and they are installing safety net below the roof, like 2 meters below. So people used to stand on that safety net and look. So safety nets are two types, not the type, not the step. Understand? It can be used as a safety for both people and material equipment for. Understand? Like bigger companies, those who have good financial support, they go for this, like airbags, like companies, those who have good economic climate. But when you put the safety nets, this is actually every companies are giving to an external contractor. Understand? So they are certified people who have to do it. So, for example, you are working in a building. You are in a height. From that height below, 30 feet below, 30 means 9 meters below only, we are putting horizontal safety net. Understand? Right. Every once a week it should be inspected by a competent person. Certified by a competent person, third part. We know the fish net, which in a fish net, which rope is the very strong rope, the border rope. Have you seen that? In safety net also, the border rope should be 30 kilonewton. That means 3000 kilo capacity. And when they are putting widely safety net, most companies every once in 6 months, they have to do one more test. That is called an ultraviolet test, heat test. They do. But most companies, they are not doing that. It's also one example. Falling objects. What was that falling object I told you? Helmet with a chin strap is one protection for you. Toe hold, why? Material and fall. We are the fall. Here. Now, this part is duty to have fall protection. Tell me which all areas you want, like handrail, harness, like these things. These all areas. One, unprotected side and edge. What is unprotected side or leading edge? You are standing at the edge. It's an unprotected edge, right? Yes. Can you be able to stand like that and work?
No.
It's not a big violation. It's negligence. So some examples are there. Okay, where are you? Unprotected side and edge, leading edge, manhole. You know, you have a job in a confined space, manhole. When you open a manhole cover, that means the risk is very high. Somebody can fall. But before you open it, you have to put first railing. Understand? Formwork, ramp, walkways, staircases, scaffold, man lift, man basket. The standard I can tell you, wherever you are working, where you can fall below, which is more than 1.8 meter. How many?
1.8 meter.
There you have to put the minimum requirement is what? Handrail. But some area you need handrail and armors. Are you working in confined manholes and all? No. Then they put a tripod. In that tripod they need to put 2 two things, lifeline. So that's what they are telling over here. That's what farm work. These are some examples you can take for all things. Clear or not?
Clear.
Understand? Now tell me something about fall protection plan. This is what we studied before. What was that? Tell me what are the requirements of work at a fall protection plan. The company should carry out a risk assessment. The company should develop a method statement. The company should have a permit to system in place. The people, those who are working for height, must be competent and they should have medical certificate. Fifth, the company should have a proper rescue plan. These are the 5 common things that we need in the fall protection plan. What are they? Risk assessment, method statement, permit to work system, training and competency fitness certificate, including rescue plan. Then only fall protection plan could be achieved. Understand? Yes or no?
Yes.
Now that is the company's role only. But company has appointed who to do that? Competent person. Who is competent person? Engineer. So who does risk assessment? Engineer. Who does method statement? Engineer. Who have to take the initiative for permit? Supervisor engineer. Understand? Who should give you equipment? Engineer. Company has given every resources. Who should maintain that? Your operational team. Understand? That's what they are discussing. Yes or no? Now, when are you doing rescue? When are you going to perform a rescue? 1. A person has fallen and his shock absorber lanyard is deployed. That means what? I have fallen down and the shock absorber is broken. That I am rescuing. 1. Second, a person has fallen. After 3-5 minutes, he got what? Unconscious. You don't know anything. Third, a person is unable to climb down. What is that? Maybe you went on top. Maybe after bending, you got some dehydration or fall down. That is called unaided situation. What is that? You cannot come out alone. You need a help. That's okay. But what you say? You tell me, somebody, you are working at height, somebody fall from height. What is the first response plan you have? Always try to call the emergency service before
Attempt for rescue.
Yes. Now tell me, where is the area you are working? Airport? Huh? Airport, no problem. You have all the facility there. Airport, Qatar Airways have. Airport, Hamad International Airport have. Your contractor have. Everybody having a rescue team. In that airport, they have a fire team. They have ERT team. The airport emergency number is posted. You have no worry. But you are outside from that means, what is happening? Inside your company, you should develop an ERT team, emergency. But still you have to call 999. You get me? Why 999 you want to call? Because he fall down, he is hanging and already got unconscious. So when you come down, bring him down, the first treatment, first aid. Till that 999 come, you are trained the first aid have to give. So that's why any such emergency I can always try to inform internally and externally. 1. Always try to establish or maintain a communication. I told you before, somebody fall from height, some are unconscious, maybe some are not unconscious. Till what? You can speak. Understand? I told you the difference between the other two harness. What is that? Some lanyard front. This is back. This one 100% sure within 3-5 minutes we will go to unconscious because it's already single point. That's what. Clear? And this rescue team, what is that? Who are they? They are also known as trained first aider also. What is it? When they bring you down, they will start giving first aid. So that's why also. Tell me, what are the common causes, problems when you fall down, when you are hanging? What are the problems? What are the causes? Fatigue, tired, hypoglycemia, low sugar, hypothermia, stress, traumatic what? You fall down, you are swinging and hitting to anything. Maybe some fracture, leg or hand or head. Yes?
Yes.
Clear. So what is suspension trauma means? Eventually leading to fainting, which may lead to death due to the oxygen deprivation of the brain. What does that mean? This two area tighten. The blood gone down will come and stay there. The body is bent like this. Blood will pool here. You know a human body contains more than 6 liters blood. Blood contains oxygen. If oxygen and blood not getting to the brain, what happen? Brain getting start from oxygen. That's called suspension trauma. Suspension trauma means what? Lack of oxygen or deprivation of oxygen to the brain. What are the onset symptoms? What are symptoms that affect within few minutes? Pallor, colorless, sweating. What is that? Then what? Shortness of what? Breath. Blurred vision. You are hanging, you are looking, maybe you are seeing people like 5, 10, 100 like that. What is that? Dizziness. What is that? You know, you are still hanging there, you are supported in anger, but your mind is telling you, I will fall down, I will fall down. Dizziness, giddiness, tendency to fall. What is that? Nausea, tendency to vomit. Then you will vomit. Hypertension, low blood sugar, low blood pressure. Numbness of what? That is very important. After you bring him down, don't try to lay him. After you bring him down, you have to make him sit first. What is that? Now we tell people to sit like this. We make him sit like this. Because the blood will flow. But from this part to this part is numbness. Numb, you know that, right? Like that it will be effect. So that should be very clear about that. Clear? You see that picture? He fall like this. That is very good. You will come and hit the structure. With his leg or hand, he can stop it. He can do exercise. He can cast a lanyard and come front. No, he will never go to unconscious. But this one, he will go to what? Unconscious. Clear?
Yes.
Clear or not? Okay. Now tell me, if an emergency situation happens, what is the procedure you take? Stay calm. Took access. Try to call the emergency number. Raise the alarm. Remove the people. Don't allow people to stand there while you are doing rescue. You have to raise the alarm, remove side stop, everybody remove from the location. Then only. Establish the status. Communicate. Is he responding? Understand? If he is not responding, call for rescue team. Call for emergency. Understand? When you bring him down, give the first treatment. The first moral side is what? Use your first aid given to the victim. Yes? That we have to do. Clear? Now this is incident only. What is it? You read the first one. Stay calm and quickly assess the situation. Identify the hazard person. What do you mean by that? Now you are a rescue team. Your safety also important. Yes? Before you climb, what all you are going to do, you have to prepare a dynamic risk assessment. How you are going to do the rescue. Second, do not put yourself at. That means you are also a rescue team. You should also need all the equipments. Most companies, what they are using the vodka kit. You know the pulley type. What is that? Rescue kits. Establish the status. What is that? Communicate. Hello? Hello? Is he responding? Right? Assess the need for rescue. You need what all? You need all the rescue equipments. Yes? You have to go near to him. You have to put anchor, hold, anchor, sling. You have to anchor the pulley. Then connect his harness. Then pull him up. Then releases the hook. You cannot go and try to release it because it's very hard. You have to perform the rescue if possible. If needed, if he is unconscious, call who? Triple 9 if needed. And when you bring him down, what you have to do? Maybe he broken his hand or leg or like that. The first aid treatment you have to give is what? First aid. Understand? How long have they been suspended? I told you the law has put what? Within how many minutes you have to bring him down? 3 minutes. Is it practically possible? I don't think so. Sometimes it takes more time. So you have to ensure how long he was suspended. Accordingly, the blood movement to the extremities will be restricted. Report what? Now this is incident only. Now it's completed. Then company have to supervisor with the safety. They have to prepare what? Reports. And investigation will come in. Yes? What is triangulated? Here. You look at the signboard. What is that sign? Oh, fragile. Fragile means what? Loose. What is that? Danger. Prohibition. What is this? Safety harness. Mandatory. What do you call it? You told me anybody going 1.8 meter have their safety harness. That means what? Mandatory. Fallers.
Danger.
That is incomplete. Plank is missing. Warning. What is that? Falling. So yellow and black means what? Warning. Blue and white means what? Mandatory. You get me? These are two. Red and white means what? Prohibition. These are international signs. European Union signs. Understand?
Yes.
Any questions?
No.
One person, two person come in there, then three people come. Three. Where the harness? Come on. No. Huh?
Hindi yun.
Three. Three guys come. Slow. Come. Only wear the harness. Now catch the D-ring. Hey.
Sa D-ring.
Yes. Good. Do it.
Okay na.
Remove that one. Remove that. Lanyard. Open it. Yes. Remove first. Yes. Put it. Wait. Put it. Look here. First you have to put leg. Two leg you have to put tight from there. Then only last put chest. Okay. Clear?
Tama na.
Sir, they must check first the harness before they
Yes, they have to check it.
before
That is what I told you. Look, feel, function. Understand?
before putting the harness.
So before putting it, you have to check if there is any cuts,
Yeah.
scratches, labeling, it is inspected,
Yeah.
color coded. Understand? Stitching not removed. Understand?
Yeah.
Future that you can check it. Understand? Labeling you can read it, all these stuff. Yes? Now you want that, right? After that you have to put your two fingers. Put it inside. Inside. Very good. When you put inside, it should be not too tight, not too loose. Why you do this? For blood movement. Now, here, downside like this. Understand? Now look here, what is the problem there? You cannot hang the strap like that. Why is it given? Come here. This is given for, what is that? This is given for to increase like this. Understand? Otherwise, what happens if you put like this, when this guy fall down, if the structure any sharp object, it will go and stuck there and it will affect his free fall distance. Understand? Yes?
Yes.
Now tell me this harness, which all area is protected now? Chest, shoulder,
And then
waist, thighs, his pelvis. Now come here. I am going to teach him on the fall. If this area was very loose, when this guy fall down tight, this strap is like a blade only. It will affect his penis. His penis will chick out.
Kalas.
Or this strap was under his ball. In that fall shock, is affecting our penis and ball affecting around 600 kilo weight. Understand? The ball will punch.
Kalas.
That's why we have to tighten it and check like this, blood movement. Understand? Clear? Now, if this area is loose, when he fall down, this will directly go to his neck and he will hang. If this area was, this should come between the two blades. Understand? Otherwise, this ring will hit, is very loose means when he fall down, this ring will hit his cervical bone. This will break. So, when you are studying harness, you have to study the advantage and disadvantage. Clear? Look this. Come. Look here, this is only a single point harness, only one D-ring. But you look here, there is two loop here. I have seen that 1 and 2. For example, if company can buy work position lanyard, they can use also in structure. They can put as a lanyard like. Yes? Now you want to take material, you can put the carabiner here and you can catch material in it. So your hands are free, you can climb. Yes? Now you can anchor also your hook while not working time also you can anchor. You can use for work restraint also. Work restraint means what? You will never move. You can anchor to a structure, you never move. Understand?
Yes.
3 ways you can use this harness. I told the harness you can use it 3 steps. What is that? Work restraint, work position, you understand? And you can use for fall arrest. This one. Yes? Clear?
Clear.
Connect it.
Ting. Ipadapli po ng bangko. Ipadapli ng
Now, look
bangko.
here. After these two people won, one guy have to check you, then you have to check you. That is called body check. Understand? After you do body check only, you have to. That time only you are looking these things. Understand? Right? Now look here. He is little small. So if he can then during non-working time, you can put it like this. Maybe you are small. So that maybe otherwise if you put it on here, put your hand. You can put it like this. Understand?
Check ulit. Very nice, ha?
Mali, like,
You can put like this. Understand? Understand? You can put it. Because very small people can, because the lanyard is big. So this is not working.
How about hirap all about body?
That also good.
Ah.
You show him what we do in our company.
Diyan sa dibdib ko dyan.
No, that is up to you anyway.
Ah.
I told my style. Because high people they can anger together like this, 1 year, 1 year.
Yeah, yours is better when
That is when
lanyard is down. Yours is better.
Can you put the lanyard 1%?
Pwede ko na dito sa gilid na.
Oh, dyan.
Meron pa
Wear the helmet.
Pero mas maganda yung dito.
Please come outside then.
Thank you.
Please, everybody wear the helmet.
Parang mas maganda yung...
Pwede ba post pa? Post. Dito.
It's going again like this. That is called inside the brace. Zigzag. Exactly. Like that. Like that. What is this called? This is called guard. The only thing in scaffold is safety for you only this. What's that? But if you want to study more, please. Now, in the class I told you, you don't want to go to work there. Yes? Scaffold is erected. What do you need first? Button. Now, foreman has to do what? Toolbox. Yes? Now you selected the equipment. You check the equipment. You think that equipment is good. You want it. Check it. Everything good. It's inspected. Labeled, everything. Now you are coming to the scaffold. What do you think? You check the tag. That green and white is good. When you came here, it was like this yellow. Can you go?
No.
Not allowed. Like this, not allowed.
No.
Only you can go only in this. Understand? Now this scaffold you need for 1 or 2 months. So every 7 day, how do you know? Only for 23 hours, right? Today what day? 23. Today we have instructed, right? How many days I can use this?
7 days.
Understand? After 7 days again? Inspect. Clear? Now look here, I want to climb. First what I do? Catch like this. Understand? Shake. What is that? Why you shake it? So it shows that top and bottom secure, right? How do you check the ratio like this? Look here. Touch the shoes. Catch. You can easily catch, right? Clear. Clear or not? Clear. Okay, ratio is correct. This one 1:4 ratio. The angle is coming how much? 75. So when you climb, your weight is distributed to the front.
Pero pa ko ng date. Ayos na ito.
Now he is going to climb. Now I am going to show him how the anchoring. When he is climbing up, how to anchor. When you are coming down, how to anchor. Understand? Now remove one. Remove the two. Now look here. This should stand like this. Look here. Should be standing like this. Understand? This should not go between your two hands, between your neck, like that, never anchor it. Between that you anchor it, you add up on these two shoulder blades down. Always it should stand any one side. Understand? That is for your free movement. Yes? Clear. Go there. Remove, take one. Take one hit. how much height your hand will go? How much height it will go? How much height your hand will go? Here. Second put here. Now take 3 steps up. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Again. 3. Go. Very good. Put one leg over top. Now remove this downside. How much height it go? Very good. Remove the other one. Let me go. Go. 1, 2, 3. Okay. No, go. Yes, go. Good. Put it there. Put top. Yes. Take the other one. 1, 2, 3. Go inside. Go inside. Open the gate. Go inside. Now look here. When you went inside, the anchor is still there. Understand? You did not remove that. Now remove one. Put it onto this. Yes, push. Remove the other one. Put it there. Now look here. You have a brake now there. Yes? Now look here. Anchor should be always front. Your body should be always behind. Understand? Behind. No, you behind. Anchor front. That is the way. Now you cannot remove that. You cannot walk actually like in the platform. You should anchor. That is safe. Yes? Now remove the other. Remove one. Put it on that. Very good. Yes. No. Behind that. Push. That way you can go. You can take like this and if there is no brake, you can. Maybe you have lifeline only. You can anchor on the lifeline, you can go like that. That is enough. If there is a brake, you cannot do that. Understand? Clear or not? Now you remove that. Remove. Now what you did here, do there. In that ladder, please. Another person. Who's the other guy? Go.
Tiano. Kalipan, you go. No, Kalipan, you go. We will video you. You go.
One more step. Yes. Look here. Sorry. Your 2 leg in one, right? Yes, you can change it. One on top, one on top. No, top, up. Yeah, like that. Yes. So it is distributed the load. Understand? Yes. What do you do first? Go inside. No, wrong. Second one. इसका नीचे. Go. 1, 2, 3. Yes. You can come down again. Hello. Look here. You can come down. So what do you do first? If you want to come down, what do you do? Yeah. Top. No, top. Yeah. Come down. Good. Now look the height. You can reach. Now look here. When you are coming down, that posture should be this level. This level only you have to anchor. So, take the top one. Yes, good, good. There. Now the other hook, one above. Okay. Stop. No, down. Yes, come down. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. One more. Yeah, take it. Take the top one. Good. Good.
Tapos ibabaw ng bewang. Isa.
Look, this is very simple only. When you go up, above your shoulder, when you come down, on the wrist level.
In the hips.
This is why we do know, because if we had a fall, if below that means his face will go and hit to the ladder and all. Understand? This is called anger. This two, three things only we have to understand, especially what that like anger only important. The way you are angry. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yeah, you go up, Kalipan, yeah.
Oh,
Same path.
now, hey, you can directly come down. Directly. Down. No, come down. Oh, no, keep it there. One more step down. Then remove. Yes. What do you do?
Kaway muna. Next.
Come take this ladder and keep it down like this. Look here. I want to change that light, okay? So we need 2 minutes or 3 minutes. I have a ladder. Yes? How are you going to set that ladder? Okay. No. Take it. Take the meter. The ladder will come there. There, right? Now, how many people you need here? 2.
2. One person is holding.
Yes? One person there. Who's going there? Go. Now, this person gets here. No. Take it. No, keep it right. Put it down again. Down. Yes, correct only. Inside out. Yes, up. Then inside. Go. Now you have to be inside. Why you know? Because first we go there, then we return. And only others can. Now set it. This should be supported in 2 solid circles. Now it's only a 2-minute job. You do not only want to change the light, right? So second supporter can stand inside and do like this. Yes? Clear. Now I am checking the ladder again. Look here. Ratio is correct. Understand? I can see. Don't bend your hand when you are climbing. Some people you did like bending. That's wrong. Like straight only like this. Understand? Understand? This is the position, right? This is what temporary work you can do. What is that? The same only set it in this couple, right? Come there. What you are using, right? But this is used only for low level access. What is it? Low level up to 2.5 meter. Understand?
Yeah.
What we call this as? So how many frames? How many frames?
Two.
Huh? Two frames, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
How much height?
2.1.
Huh?
2.5.
How much height frame? 2 meter, right?
Yeah, 2 meter.
2.5.
2.5.
But mostly 2 meter. 2 frame, right? What this one called? Diagonal. What do you call it?
Diagonal.
You stand on the platform, what will come? Horizontal base. That is used as well. Right? What do you call this? Inside you insert into that. What do you mean? Adjustable legs. Yes? Clear. You will insert into this.
Adjustable legs.
What door is this? Trap door. What do you call? Why they call trap door?
So you can open and
You get it? Clear or not? Huh? There is no more to install. But you cannot install this. If you want to install it, you have practical scaffolding training. What is that? PASMA. PASMA. What is that? For PASMA, for erectors. There's one course is there. Then you can erect. Otherwise, you are repeating these. They made it for your use. Yes? Where is this access? Outside or inside? Huh? Outside or inside? What is missing in this? Tell me.
Outrigger.
Yes, it's not outrigger. It's called
Stabilizer.
What?
Stabilizer.
Got it? Yes? Do you have any doubt asking anything that you found? Other people understood how they answered and more and more. Understand? Do you want to do that?
It's okay.
Tell me anything you have doubt.
There's a live light, right? What is the use of the
Lifeline.
climbing up or going down?
No. That lifeline means
It's like the ladder.
now this ladder you anchor and go, right? But that ladder is maybe big ladder.
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
anchor like go, it will take more time. So when we are putting vertical lifeline, they in that lifeline they put a rope grab. But this arm is not good. Like this particular point, one point should come in front. So it will be 2 points. The rope grab you can connect it. So you no need this.
Yeah.
Understand? You can climb with 3-point contact. But if you had a fall, it will lock. You get me?
We have one equipment. There's electricity connection.
Yes, that's called
There's
wrap.
live line.
That's called rope grab.
But we are using this type of but no use for it. Should be needed.
That means that point should lead 1 year. That's why I told you harness is having 4 points. What is that? 4 types are there. This is single point. If you want to climb that ladder lifeline, they have to provide you double point. One back, one front. Third, you have 4 points. Where one back, one front, 2 side. But rope rescue, they need 5 points. Because rope rescuers are using 2 ropes. One rope is their work line rope. One rope is their safety line. Their safety. That's why they want 5 points. Like mountain climbers. They are not using 1 rope, 2 ropes. One is work line. One is safety. Back up. Clear? One is, but this for your scaffold you need only this. But one more thing, in this scaffold you don't need this. You tell me you work in this scaffold and you are allowed to, if you anchor on that, if you fall down, no use. But when you work in this, you can use this one, but you have to put the anchor outside. Outside you should have lifeline. Otherwise, no use. Otherwise, it is weightless. What is that? I told his capacity is only 600 kilos. And I told you when we fall, we are doubled. Understand? 10 times more. So that should be also. Okay?